bit of time to
Stand by. Julia has lost connection for a moment.
Okay, I got booted out right off the bat. I just want to take a minute. I joined the last committee meeting as a newbie. Brandy held that meeting. So I want to give an opportunity if everybody could go around and introduce themselves and where they're from so that I can now do a better job at putting faces with Noble County. Anybody can start.
Joe Williams, Noble County Veteran Services.
Hi, Joe.
I'm Michelle Hollins from the Senior Center.
Misty Wells with Noble County Department of Job and Family Services.
Hi, Misty.
Gwen Stewart, Ohio State University Extension.
Andrea Dupler, Southeast Area Transit.
Bobby White, Morgan County Mobility Manager.
That everybody? We have a couple other.
Steve Keller.
Okay.
Steve Keller, legally blind, Noble County resident.
Kelly Isley, Buckeye Hills Regional Council.
We're Muskingum and Guernsey County Mobility Manager.
Okay, I think that's everybody. Welcome everybody to the Noble County TAC meeting. Wanted to begin, let me share my screen with you. Can everybody see the agenda?
Yeah.
Wanted to begin talking a little bit about the coordinated plan. Let you know that we submitted the 2023 application a few weeks back for the next year. No major changes. The only change that we put in that plan was we requested non-emergency medical funding to help with allowing residents that don't have money to get to appointments to help fund that. We did a trial in Washington County. It's going really well. We've been able to help a lot of residents get to their appointments, whether it be Columbus, Cleveland, Justa Marietta, or Belpre or Parkersburg. So that's been a great asset to Washington County, and we're looking to fund Noble and Monroe with that project. Does anybody have any comments or suggestions around that? Talkative bunch. Okay, so I just wanted to update you just to let you know that that is coming. Hopefully for next year, we get approved to extend that service.
Hey, Julia.
Yeah.
Only thought I have on that is maybe, I'm wondering if somebody from Ohio Hills Health Services shouldn't be on this group. just from the FQHC perspective.
Ohio Hills?
The health center, they're the federally qualified health center in Noble, and they have several actually in the region, one in Monroe.
Okay. Do you have any contacts there?
Sure,
Or who I
can
should
send you.
speak with? Will you send me
Yeah.
that and I'll reach out to them?
I think Jan Chambers, Julia, is a good contact.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who I was going to recommend.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
have her number as well. I can forward that on to you.
Perfect. Perfect. The goal for that non-emergency medical, of course, we have SEAT providing transportation in Noble County. And that's kind of the next part about promoting SEAT and getting more information out to the residents so that they know SEAT is there. But with the non-emergency medical, we also want to try to incorporate some other providers so that we have more than one, especially for last minute if they call in and need to get somewhere tomorrow or in a few days. We have several people we can reach out to provide that transportation. To give you an example, Washington County uses the transit. They also use Green Cab out of Athens, and Morgan County Transit also is one of the providers that assist with the non-emergency grant. So as this comes about and we find out if we've been approved or not, that will be our next step, is seeing who would like to participate in that transportation grant. So I met with SEAT to just kind of learn a little bit about what they do. And we talked about some advertising, getting information out. I also met with a couple of members of Noble County, and we discussed some ways that we can get information out that will promote SEAT in the community. Many just don't know there's an option for transportation. So we want to make sure that everybody knows what's there, and we can kind of grow to get people where they need to go. And I just kind of put some of the things that we discussed. I have been going around to like physicians, physical therapy, the counseling center, stopping at the Department of Disabilities and Job and Family Services, passing out information. In a meeting, we talked about churches, getting information out to them as well. Maybe that's something they can put in their bulletin boards to, promote Buckeye Hills and reaching out to us so that we can connect them with SEAT. Let me switch my share quickly and show you. We created this 2-page, our half sheet flyer. And I wanted to see what everybody thought about that. So we would direct them to contact us, and then, we would connect them with the best transportation provider, whether it be the senior center, the veterans office, or SEAT. Anybody have any suggestions on that? Or do you think that's a good idea? Or what would you like to see in advertising?
Hey, for Steve's benefit, Steve, it says need a ride, doctor appointment, physical therapy, counseling, etc. If you need help understanding or using transportation options, give us a call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And maybe, Steve, is there a good way that you would like, from your view, advertising?
Not really sure how to respond to that.
Okay, no,
I'm
that's fair.
not, 'cause honestly, I'm not real plugged into the Noble County community or
Okay.
Caldwell that much. So I don't know that I have another perspective that I can offer that would be helpful.
I think it's really important that all the physicians, I know that Noble County uses Marietta Hospital for a lot of their services. I have met with the lead social worker who has distributed material to all of our social workers within the Marietta system. I'm already receiving calls from them, from reaching out, and I'm trying to make contact with the coordinator that's over all the physicians in the Marietta system to do the same thing, so that if somebody comes into an office and or calls in and doesn't have transportation, they know to reach out to us. Gwen, when we met, we talked about the fair board and fair day. I don't know how much time is allotted for that. And I haven't met with Andrea yet. We talked about maybe providing transportation for the fair because the parking is limited. That maybe seeing transit, riding the transit, seeing the logo at the fair would be a good promotion to show everyone that the transit's safe and reliable. And
Yeah, Michelle might have some thoughts. Michelle, are you going to do
Yeah.
Senior Day?
Yeah, I was just going to say, we're going to be at the community buildings on Senior Day serving lunch. And we always invite people to come down and set up tables and talk to seniors, because we get a lot of seniors that day. So you are welcome to join us on that day. We already have that booked, and we'll be there probably from like 10 to 2.
And what day is that?
It's September, Senior Day at the fair, September, I believe it's the 1st, isn't it? That Friday the 1st of Fair Week.
Okay.
Friday's the 2nd.
Oh, then it's the 2nd. It is the Friday.
Okay. Okay.
And just to back up real quick on the hospitals, don't forget that a lot of people from Noble also go to Genesis and Zanesville, as well as Guernsey counties, Ohio Health,
Okay.
Southeast Regional Med.
Okay. Great.
Another agency you might want to reach out to is Muskingum Valley Health Center. I think they even provide some patient transportation in Noble County, but I'm not sure to what extent.
Okay.
My wife has mentioned she's seen one of their vans in the county. And to kind of dovetail with that, they have a mobile medical unit that they operate in the region. And I think once a month, they're at the senior center in Senecaville. So if somebody's just needing to get from the northern part of the county to Senecaville, say when that mobile unit is there, that might be something that somebody might take advantage of.
Okay.
Just so you know, SEAT does the contracted transportation for MVHC. So we are the holder of their vehicles, dispatching and scheduling. As long as you're an MVHC patient, they will go to whatever county you reside in to pick you up, or contract to send a vehicle to pick you up. So that is an eligible service for any MVHC patient.
Excellent. Good to know that. I
So
didn't know that.
No.
Julia, they're another federally qualified healthcare center. They don't have a center in Noble County, but obviously they surround us.
Okay. That's good to know. Am I missing any other places? And Andrea, I know you're on here. Are we too close to trying to work something out for SEAT for the fair in September? Is it too close to time for this year?
I I don't think that it's too close. I think we're definitely open to see what you guys are wanting. I know that we can provide general public transportation or elderly and disabled transportation to and from the fair. So that's open already. I don't know if you're wanting anything more specifics. We can definitely discuss it and discuss it with Howard and see if that's an option.
Okay. Gwen, I know we discussed it well, we shot ideas together about that. And you want to share some of what you kind of visioned for that?
Well, I think Michelle hit, definitely we talked about the senior day and making
Okay.
sure that if seniors wanted to go but didn't want to drive maybe in park, that could be an option. Michelle, I wasn't sure if you do a van from the senior center at all out to the fair.
Yes, we do. We do transportation that day to and from the fair. We also do that.
Okay. So maybe Andrea, I'll reach out to you and Howard, and I think it's more maybe getting some visibility of seat there to try to just promote it more. So,
Right. And like if you wanted to ride the van but didn't want to like go somewhere, you could ride on the fairgrounds, for instance, like just to get them educated and comfortable with the vans and how they work. And
We've
Andrea.
done events before where we parked a vehicle there and then just had staff or drivers there just to explain services. So we can, I can discuss it with Howard. It is that Friday's the last day of the fair, then correct? It's that whole first end of August, beginning of September.
Yes. Andrea, are we starting to see more people use it?
Oh yeah, we've doubled numbers to date.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, because I know we have some youth that are using it for work now. So I kind of felt like it was starting to, but I was just curious.
Oh yeah, we actually, Seat Bus itself, we've actually more than tripled the number, and then contract vendors, we've doubled the number.
I
So-
mean, for our Noble County, like not for the contract, but for just when you're coming here, are you starting to have an increase?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So Seat Buses itself have more than tripled the number from last year. And
Awesome.
then the ones that we have to use to go out of town using the vendors, those have doubled as well. So we definitely are seeing way more momentum from Noble County.
I think the one thing that would kind of help is if people would realize they can just start using it just for like these little short trips. Now I work in the office all day, so I guess I can't say that I don't see it around. You know what I mean? So when you're held up in your office, you don't really know what's going on. I guess that's why I was curious.
And they've been sending me statistics, and I apologize. I was actually going to put some of that on the agenda and I didn't. But Andrea, I'll get with you and get, I know you've been sending the recent ones to me, but maybe get a year ago and then put it with the current dates, and I can send it out to everyone so that they can see the change in numbers.
Okay. I mean, just kind of to throw some numbers out there, just general public alone in the month of May in 2021, we had 15. In 2022, we had 141, and that's just the general public. So I mean, it definitely has increased. MVHC alone had 42 there. So it's kind of spread out on where it's coming from. It's not all just Medicaid recipients anymore. So we're definitely hitting the general public and the elderly and disabled population.
that's great. And I think that part of that's because we're seeing, your publicity more. That's awesome.
Yeah, I talked with them, and instead of doing too much duplicate, I'm trying to get out there and do more just because I can direct them to the right organization that they need to go to. So We're ordering some materials, getting some things out. So if anybody knows of or has an idea of a better type of communication, I would be happy to work with, on that as well. Anything else on the advertising? Does anybody else have anything they want to bring up during the meeting before we talk about the next meeting? It's short and sweet, but I just wanted to let everybody know what I was working on, what direction I was going to try to promote, the mobility part of Noble County.
Julie, just to back up on the advertising on the churches, if you need help with copies or anything, just let our office know.
Okay.
Local, I mean, we could help with some of that. I'd love to see a couple of the larger churches, like a bulletin insert. That some of them are doing bulletins again, post-COVID. Although it's not really post-COVID, however you want to say it, but
okay.
There could be opportunity for that again, I think.
Yeah, I think we're working on a letter to send out all to the churches to put the request out there. I reached out to the chamber and got a list of all the churches in Noble County to provide our communication department, and we're going to get a letter sent out to them shortly, hopefully, and then offer this piece that they can, use in there. And if anybody goes to a church and wants to throw that out, that would be great too. And just let me know how many copies you would need. Or posters. I have posters with the same thing on that are 8 by 10. Okay, next meeting in September. I'll try to send out another Google Doc, and I'll try not to put it in Switzerland time. I can't make any promises. I was going to do a fun fact about Switzerland since I was stuck on 3 different emails that were coming at you and you thought we were meeting at 2 a.m. Anything else that anybody wants to talk about? Okay. I will talk to everybody in September or before that, hopefully.
Thanks again. Thanks again to Steve.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Have a good day.